Guys, my name is Weird Person 1v3 and I have Psycho Maniac with me. I'm gonna tell you Psycho and Weird story time, but this is mostly Weird story time. Weird's part. So I'll just tell you my experience with the May 20th, 2013 tornado. Where are you going?
I just walking around.
Sit down in front of me. Or in front of me. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna start. I got up at 8 and went to school, I guess. And I ate breakfast and went to 4th grade. And did all my work and crap with my bully, Jeremiah. Dobbs. He's mean-ish. So, he was just mean to me the whole day. And I went to my what you might call second hour in elementary, which was Miss Martinez, and there was bad thunder, and it was horrible thunder. It was like thunder, like thunder. So then the first tornado siren went off, so we went into the hall and got on our hands and knees like that on the wall. And Jeremiah Dobbs was next to me. What the fudge, man? And I was like, oh, mom, she's gonna check me out, but she never did. So the second one went off right when we sat down. Then the third. Then it was a few minutes, then the fourth. And then we went into the bathroom, and I was by a teacher, and this kid named Hunter Payne was next to me. Nah, he's not that mean. But he was in Miss Martinez's class for first hour. So the fifth one went off, and I started crying, and we heard wind outside, and I put my head between my knees, and I was like, oh man, this hurts, and I was crying, and I said, I want my mom, through crying, and the teacher next to me was praying, even though you're not supposed to do that at school. And she hurt her foot, and it was just like a loud, like a giant explosion sounding thing, and then light. And I looked up, and there was debris. There was a cinder block over like a kid's head next to me, so it was like hanging there, but it didn't fall. It was like securely strapped with like 4 really thick wires. And I looked up, and there was debris, like I just said. And so I was like, I can get out, but then the fireman that was there said, you shouldn't because you could hurt somebody else. But then I got out with my friend Ashton, and the teacher that was comforting me, she's still in Plaza Towers, the newest one, and her foot got bloody that day, and my dad, or I was like, I have to find my sister, because I couldn't find her. Katie, or Cute Anarchy, if you don't know her. Psycho's over there for some reason, and I was just so sad, and I was like, I have to find my sister, but a teacher walked up to me and said, we have to go to the church down the street. So we walked to the church, and I was talking to this blonde kid, and then, this might just be me, but I couldn't find him after I stopped talking to him. I looked around, and he wasn't there anymore, but he might have just ran ahead of me, I don't know. So I was standing there at the church, and I picked up a card of apples to apples. And that was the card that was in Miss Martinez's class. Or that was one of the games that was in Miss Martinez's class, and Miss Martinez was next to me, and I said, hey Miss Martinez, I found a card from your game. She's like, yep. And I guess she was crying because her makeup was kind of flushed. Or not flushed, but like runny kind of. And so I walked to the church, and I saw my mom, my brother, my psycho brother, and Katie, and my dad, my stepdad, he doesn't live here anymore. We're walking, and I ran, and I hugged Jacob because I was really sad, and I hadn't been able to find Katie, so I hugged all of them, and I was crying. And I was like, where's Ethan? And my mom said, at the house. And after that, my dad took off his shirt and gave it to the teacher that was comforting me, that prayed, even though she's not supposed to, which I think is good. And, sorry, I'm looking around. Ethan. elephants. So yeah. And anyways, we started walking to the house, and my big brother and my stepdad went to look for his car, and some girl gave my mom's shoes out of her car because she didn't have any shoes. So we got to the house, and Ethan was there, but there was like a couch that broke our fence. It was like it was there. We tried to move it, and I went to the backyard, and the big part of our backyard, I mean, you might have seen it in an earlier video, the big part of our backyard was pretty clean, but then the fence was covered in freaking debris. Giant things. Then I went inside, and I checked the TV, and it wasn't working. Like me, I just want to watch a movie, get this freaking stuff out of my head. And my little brother, he was there by himself. God dang it. And so he was crying, and he was like, "Where's Dad?" Or stepdad, but it's his real dad. He's my stepbrother. And I said, "I don't know." But Jacob and my dad were looking for his car. And we walked down. We went and looked for our dad and brother, and this girl gave us a ride home again. So I stayed, and my mom went and looked for our brother and dad, because they were looking for the car. So after that, we went to sleep after eating hot dogs. Gross, cold, just hot dogs. And we went to sleep. And after that, we went to my Aunt Tammy's. And then my mom and dad went home and started cleaning firecrackers. Started cleaning. Hey, stop looking at them. They're looking at you. Squirrel. There's a squirrel over there. I don't like squirrels. They started cleaning the front yard and the backyard and everything. And then we all came home in the Durango, which we don't have now. We have a big black car, because the Durango's back side windows were all crushed out and on the seat and the floor. And we started cleaning after we came back from like the 4 days at our Aunt Tammy's. We came back and started cleaned the whole yard. And from that day on, until like 3 months after the tornado happened, we had gotten a lot of food from Red Cross and a chicken place, which I was like, oh, free food, so I always got like a sandwich from a chicken place or something. And free mini pizzas, like that big. That big. So that's pretty much it. The power came back after we came back to Aunt Tammy's, but there was like a orange X on our door for the longest time. But we have a new door now. And that's pretty much it. We went back to normal life, but I went to 5th grade and didn't get to go back to Plaza Towers until next year in 6th grade, which was last year. And I had to do this counseling thing in 6th grade because I was in the tornado in the bathroom where it got hit. And I was in the boys' bathroom at that time. So now I'm in 7th grade and I'm fine, but I used to cry over it. So yeah, that's it. Jacob, you can come back in now. That's pretty much
Hey guys,
all the story.
There's some stuff that he said in that story that I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, because he wasn't here with me.
So at some points I was just as surprised as you.
Yeah, so I'll see y'all guys later.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.